What's up guys, it's Tom here and breaking news, Liverpool fans on social media forums are absolutely fuming about this headline and this article that just came out one day after Liverpool getting knocked out against PSG in the Champions League. This is the worst PR disaster in a long time I can remember, because Liverpool fans are still hurt after what happened last night in the penalty shootout. And the headline is that Van Dijk said in an interview, only a liar could say whether I will stay at Liverpool, because Van Dijk recently after the game was asked about his contract situation and he gave a very interesting interview. So we will explore exactly what Van Dijk said and whether this headline is accurate or not. But the article says the captain Van Dijk, whose deal expires in the summer, says he has no idea if he will remain at Liverpool or not, and he was spotted with actual Paris Saint-Germain board members after the Champions League defeat. He was spotted talking with Nasser Al-Khelaifi. I think he is the Paris Saint-Germain president. He is a Qatari high-ranking official. He is on the UEFA board and he is the president of Paris Saint-Germain. So Van Dijk talking to him, of course, rang alarm bells in Liverpool fans' heads, and this is exactly not what we wanted to hear. Many people expected FSG to come out with some positive PR after Liverpool getting knocked out in the Champions League, but this is actually the worst possible headline that you wanted to see as a Liverpool fan. So we will actually look at the comments and see how angry and disappointed Liverpool fans are about this and about FSG's lack of announcement of any of new contracts with the big three stars Trent Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk and Mo Salah. And Van Dijk admitted that he doesn't know whether he will still be a Liverpool player next season, with no breakthrough in talks to extend his contract. What is FSG waiting for? What are they waiting for? Maybe they are waiting for Liverpool to officially clinch the Premier League title, and that's when we will get the contract announcements. But the Liverpool fans' patience are very thin after Liverpool getting knocked out against Paris Saint-Germain. And Van Dijk added that anyone saying that they know how the talks would resolve themselves was a liar, and maintained his only focus was Liverpool lifting 2 trophies at the end of the season. So Van Dijk says when he was asked about whether he would sign a new deal or not, I have no idea. I still have no idea at the moment, genuinely. It is not on hold, nothing on hold. There's just, I keep saying the same thing. So what do you think about this? Let me know in the comments below, and leave a like on this video, of course, if you enjoy these latest updates around Liverpool FC, and subscribe if you are new around here. So listen, there are 10 games to go, and that is my full focus. If there is news, you guys, the journalists, will know it. I don't even know myself what will happen. Everyone knows there are some conversations behind the scenes, but that is about it. At the moment, I don't even know what will happen next year. If anyone says they do know, they are lying to your face. That is a very strong statement by Van Dijk, and it's slightly different than what the headline says, but basically Van Dijk says that if anyone says they know whether Van Dijk will sign a new contract or not, they are liars, because they don't know. And Van Dijk was spotted to speaking the PSG chairman Nasser Al-Khelaifi and sporting director Luis Campos of Paris Saint-Germain. Of course, they clashed at the halftime in the first leg, where Luis Campos was saying that Paris Saint-Germain should have had a penalty and Konate should have had a red card, and Van Dijk shouted back to him, "It's not League One, bro," which I absolutely loved. But of course, this is not what Liverpool fans wanted to see. Van Dijk chatting to the PSG high-ranking officials. Of course, this doesn't mean that Van Dijk will sign for Paris Saint-Germain, but that's actually a scenario which I can see happen if he doesn't sign a new contract. But there is absolutely no excuse for FSG not to extend Van Dijk's contract. And Van Dijk will channel his energy and his efforts into lifting the League Cup trophy, and that will definitely boost the mood around Liverpool. And Liverpool need to make sure that they win their second Premier League title in 35 years. Van Dijk said there are 10 games left, not that many, but there are 2 big prizes we can still get. We are going to give it everything. We have to feel this disappointment of getting knocked out in the Champions League, but from now it is about recovery. If we bring this intensity in Wembley with our fans behind us, then I am positive. I'm always positive, but I'm really looking forward to being back out there. We don't need any added motivation. We have 10 games, the Carabao Cup final on Sunday. If you need any added motivation, you are in the wrong business. All of the fans want to celebrate winning the cup, but it will be difficult. Any final is difficult. I'm really looking forward to it. We are out of the Champions League competition. That is normal, human. Recover and be fully focused on Sunday. That is our job. We need our fans to be there for us. But what is also concerning is Trent Alexander-Arnold is definitely out of the League Cup final. Conor Bradley is still injured. Joe Gomez is still injured. So we have Jero Kwanzaa, who is a centre-back by trade, having to play right back. He will need to play right back in the final. And here is the reaction by Liverpool fans. I wanted to show you the exact reaction on social media, particularly on the Reddit Liverpool forum, which I enjoy reading. It's always a very interesting point of view from many different Liverpool fans from all walks of life, from all around the world, gathering there and voicing their opinion. And I absolutely agree that Liverpool cannot lose their captain, their best defender in the world. It's completely unacceptable because Van Dijk wants to stay and his wages are not unreasonable. He is like almost on half of what Mo Salah is earning. Even with a small pay rise, Van Dijk should be staying. The problem is we don't know what Van Dijk is asking for. We don't know what Salah is asking for in these contract talks. We don't know exactly what Trent is asking for in these contract talks. And as the saying goes, when it rains, it really pours. But losing Van Dijk would be the clearest sign of a lack of ambition from FSG and the Liverpool board of directors. Liverpool are not serious about winning trophies and competing if we let Salah and Van Dijk go in the summer. That's unforgivable, and I fully agree with this Liverpool fan. I don't want to hear, we don't know what their demands are. Who cares? They are the best players in their position in the world and irreplaceable in this team. Pay them what they want. That's not how it works though. Liverpool just cannot pay whatever wages they want. If their wages are like double of what they are earning right now, or like 50, 60, 70% more, Liverpool cannot give them that because we have a very strict wage structure. And if you give Van Dijk like 500k and Salah 700k, then Konate will ask for 400k as well, and that's just unsustainable. You go down a path where everybody will ask for a huge pay rise and the club will be in serious financial problems. Look at Manchester United and how badly they manage their finances in the last 10 years. But FSG need to negotiate smartly and they need to come to a compromise. Because I can't see Van Dijk asking for unreasonable wages. I just can't. I'm not sure. I don't think he is that kind of player. But if FSG are happy to just finish in the top 4 and keep the Champions League money coming in, then they will not give Salah or Van Dijk proper wage rises to convince them to stay. The problem is we don't know the exact figures, and until we know, it's very hard to comment. But it will be a lack of ambition from FSG if we let Salah and Van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold leave. The problem is we have no idea what Liverpool's plans are for the summer transfer window. So I will try to outline for you guys what FSG are trying to do. The bottom line is Liverpool are saying nothing because they don't want to fuel the fire. They don't want any counter narrative to all of these claims because Liverpool are a professional football club. They want to act in a very professional way. Normally you don't extend players' contracts over 30, but Salah is an exception to the rule and Van Dijk is also an exception to the rule. These are two of the best players in the world, performing at the absolute peak of their powers. So there is absolutely no argument to be made whether they should be let go or whether we should keep them. We absolutely 100% need to keep them. The problem is we don't know exactly what their wage demands are. A Liverpool fan makes a prediction: if all three of these big stars leave, then FSG are done and they will be hated and driven out of the club. The problem with that is the Glazers are hated and Man United fans are trying to drive them out of the club for 10 years without success. Because if FSG own Liverpool, the fans can't really make them sell Liverpool unless they do something drastic. I think letting go of Van Dijk, Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold would be drastic enough for protests, but I don't live in Liverpool, so I don't know whether there will be mass protests against the owners if these players leave. It all depends on the context and how it is presented to the Liverpool fans. But if we lose these three players, Salah, Van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold, and we need to replace Jota, Nunez, Robertson, then that's a major rebuild. And then surely Liverpool won't challenge for trophies next season unless we absolutely nail every single transfer, which is very, very hard to do. And then Arne needs to gel the whole team together throughout the season while remaining competitive. I don't see Liverpool doing that unless Arsenal and Man City have a similar season to this season. Then if you can win the title with 83 points, maybe Liverpool can challenge even without these players, but otherwise I just can't see it. Mo Salah is a once-in-a-lifetime talent. Whether we lose him now or later, it will be devastating because he is providing 65% of Liverpool goals. Re-signing him is a top priority. Even if he declines slightly over the next few seasons, he would still be an unbelievable player to have in your team. Van Dijk is obviously the best defender and undoubtedly the best defender in the world right now. And he will continue to be one of the best defenders for the next 3, 4, maybe even 5 years. So if Liverpool lose their captain, we can forget about competing at the highest level for the foreseeable future. That's what this Liverpool fan is saying. Losing Trent would hurt. It would make the team weaker. I think Liverpool could sign someone who could fill that role without Liverpool losing a lot of quality and a lot of points. Jeremy Frimpong at Leverkusen would be my first choice, but maybe he's a little bit too attacking. But there are definitely really, really good right backs out there who we could sign. Liverpool are, of course, interested in signing a left back. We are being linked to Schlotterbeck, the Dortmund centre back. But Schlotterbeck only makes sense if he comes in as our third choice centre back to ease the load on Van Dijk and Konate and to play sometimes in place of them. Of course, no one is bigger than Liverpool FC. But if Liverpool lose their captain and vice captain at the same time, it's a huge risk. Van Dijk is the most important renewal out of the three, because he has longevity, he has quality beyond his years, and Van Dijk, I don't think he's asking for ridiculous wages. Maybe Mo Salah is asking for ridiculous wages because he's the best player in the world and rightfully he has a huge ego. Trent Alexander-Arnold is also maybe asking for ridiculous wages because Real Madrid will give him ridiculous wages. But losing Van Dijk, that's the one that I wouldn't understand at all if we lose him. Another Liverpool fan said, this is wild by the way, that Arne should walk away or would walk away if FSG refused to give Van Dijk and Salah new contracts. I don't think he would, because he just came to Liverpool and winning the Premier League in his first season would instantly make him a legend. But it would be very tough on Arne Slot and he doesn't deserve this, in my opinion. Another possible scenario, which would be very risky but possible, is that maybe FSG and Liverpool are planning to completely overhaul the squad. Aside from the players out of contract, there is the goalkeeper issue to resolve with Mamadashvili coming in, maybe Kelleher will be sold. The left back situation, consistent rumors about Darwin Nunez being linked to Saudi, Luis Diaz being linked to Barcelona, Jota being linked to a move away. And you have to wonder if they don't see the arrival of a new coach as the time to fundamentally reset the whole playing squad to a much younger set of players. They see this maybe as an opportunity to do a hard reset, lower the wage bill considerably, and to also sign players on purely a data-driven model and bring in some players who are not yet top players but who are young talents, and they could make the step up in quality together, but you also need world-class players in order to do that. Because when we signed Mo Salah, he was instantly world-class. When we signed Alisson, Van Dijk, Fabinho, these were 4 absolutely world-class players who came in and were playing instantly at the world-class level from day one. So you can't just bring in young players and expect them to be world-class together. You need some really top quality that costs a lot of money in today's transfer market. But the bottom line is, if FSG go down this route, we could see a completely different and very new starting 11 at the start of next season, which I don't want to see, because that would mean Liverpool are entering a major rebuild, and it could be years before we win another major trophy. And Van Dijk is a generational centre-back, so I don't expect to lose him at the end of the season. But if FSG fumble these contract renewals, that would be such a betrayal of Arne Slot and the Liverpool fans as well. And this is the biggest test of FSG to date. I get all the Moneyball analysis, signing younger players and all that, but losing 2 legends who still have a few top-level seasons in their legs would be unacceptable and embarrassing. If a world-class player is leaving, at least the promising young ones should be in line to take over. But these 2 games against Paris Saint-Germain shows that apart from Salah, we don't have a top attacker at our club. And Konate limping off and Endo having to come on, a defensive midfielder, to play centre-back. It shows the lack of depth in the Liverpool squad. A few injuries and we are down to the bare bones again, which has been an issue under Jurgen Klopp's tenure as well. And this is not the solution, that you let go of 3 of your best players. Even if signing them up to a new contract is expensive, replacing them would be even more expensive. Liverpool will likely win the Premier League, but if the FSG don't keep at least 2 of these players with contract extensions, that shows a lack of ambition. And I agree with this point as well. The problem is, if Liverpool go through this transitional period, we don't know how long that could last. It could last a few months, it could last 1 year, it could last 5 years. Man United are in a transition since Ferguson left, and they are looking a million miles away from winning the Premier League title again. So it's a slippery slope. And once you start going downhill, not many top players will want to join Liverpool again. Of course, big talents will still want to join Liverpool. The problem is, we don't know the exact details. Until we know what kind of contract Van Dijk is asking for, what kind of contract Salah and Trent are asking for, I won't side with the players. I will just say we need to know more details, whether we should bash FSG or the players being too greedy. At the moment, it's very hard to tell. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later, guys. Goodbye.